I'm Tom Goolsby, and I'm coming to you again from the North Carolina Senate. We had a skeletal session today, just a very brief one to introduce some important legislation, a big one on education. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about that later, but what I want to tell you right now is something that's very pressing in the 9th Senate District, which is where I reside, in the city of Wilmington, county of New Hanover, about annexation. Our city continues to try to move forward in annexing people into the city that don't want to be members of the city, that necessarily will get no benefits particularly, and that will have to pay probably double the tax burden they currently have from the county. Our county commissioners aren't excited about having that tax revenue taken away from them, and that's the way that those figures are calculated. It is a cost to the county. They'll still pay county tax, but there are problems with that. And the real question is, are we going to continue to allow taxation without representation to take place in North Carolina? I vote no. And we're going to be having some bills in the short session, which starts on the 18th of May. You're going to see a couple of bills come out right then. I can't tell you exactly what's in those bills, but I can tell you that if you are against forced annexation, and you're in areas that have already been annexed or in the process of being annexed, we're talking about all those fights that we had earlier. There's an area in my county called Monkey Junction that the city is once again trying to take, where you're going to be very happy to see what we're up to. I feel very encouraged coming out of my Senate caucus meeting this morning, and it looks like we're going to be doing a lot of good things that are pro-taxpayer, pro-Wilmington City, how will I put that? People who don't want to be city residents in Wilmington, you will find that to be very pro for you, unless indeed you want to be voluntarily annexed, and that's a whole nother different matter if you're contiguous with the city of Wilmington. But you're going to be very interested to see what we do. I think you will be very happy for it if you're anti-forced annexation, and I can't imagine anyone not being that way. Because you know, folks, our republic was founded based upon people who didn't like taxation without representation. That's where the Tea Parties started in Boston Harbor, and that's what we saw lead to the spark that fired so much of the American Revolution. And down our way in the East, we don't like being taxed when we're not represented, and it's just not the right thing to do, and we're going to do the right thing here in the General Assembly. It's my pleasure to represent all the good people. That's all the people in New Hanover County. I'm Tom Goolsby, and it's my pleasure to serve as the senator from the 9th Senatorial District.